morning, everyone. Sorry I'm running a little bit late tonight. Lost a little bit of track of time there. Ah, well, it is what it is. We have a good show tonight, or I have a good show tonight. I don't know why I'm talking in plural. But yeah, I have a great show planned for tonight. Foodie has a new victim, a stray cat she has abducted. Apparently, there's a last-minute update regarding the stray cat, the stray kitten. But let me say hello to everybody who's here so far, and then we'll get started with tonight's subject. But again, my apologies for being just a little bit late. I'll try to run it a little bit later. Hey, welcome in, Nutty. Edna B. Lurkin. Oh, have a good to see you, Edna. Thank you for the kind message. Elizu, good to see you. Yeah, I'm in jail, YouTube jail. Welcome in again, Nutty. Yes, everyone, please be sure to hit like and subscribe. Oh, well, fantastic, Hannah. You know, I always kind of wonder if anybody ever finds anybody through those kind of comments things. I figured if anybody enjoys Alex's videos, hey, maybe if they end up finding their way over here, they might enjoy mine too. But yeah, like I don't post my link on other people's videos. Like I feel that's not appropriate. But if somebody finds my channel, hey, I don't mind. You know, if they find it through a comment. But yeah, that's awesome. Glad you found me, and I hope that hope it was a good comment I gave you in response. But yeah, glad you can make it over here. Hope you have a good night and enjoy the stream. Welcome in, Mrs. Butler. No problem. Oh, enjoy your meal tonight. Welcome in, Fallen Angel 69. Good to see you. Nancy, good to see you. Hey, JV, good to see you. Dr. Ratio, Docta Fill Ratio. Yeah. All right, everybody, welcome in. And anybody who's new here, be sure to say hi. We try not to bite. Anybody who's watching the replay, be sure to leave a comment. Let me know what you think. And thank you to all the lurkers, all the chatters, and all you fine folks watching this show. Fantastic. Well, I hope you can enjoy the show. So tonight's show, what are we going to start off with? I got a few subjects for tonight. We've got glitter and lasers, as usual. I've got some retro glitter and lasers, though, which is really, really hilarious in my opinion. I've got some, pardon me just a little bit. There's so much pollen. My nose has been a little stuffy. Just how it is with the springtime weather, right? So yeah, I've got Foodie, the big news of the day with the cat that she abducted, that I think that she's abducted. And we've also got Rosee, who's finally back after taking almost 2 weeks off. So let's get started with a little bit of the Foodie, because that's the hottest story of the night. But just a quick clip of glitter and lasers before we get into anything. Just she has this little dance that she does that is just so hideous. I think everybody should have to see it. If I have to see it, so should you. So let me share the screen. Bet you didn't see that coming. Bet you didn't see that leaving. All right, let's put it on. Let me know what you folks think of this. Sorry, gotta leave the music off so I don't get copyright strike. So she's singing along, bum 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 bum. What is this? This is like the fupa thrust. This dance is just, what the heck is she doing here? Like she just cut. No comment. Okay, now we're going to go to Foodie. Let me let this play one more time while I pull up Foodie. Oh, I wish I could let the audio play on that. I really wish I could, but unfortunately, Glitter uses the copyright audio. Oh, Foodie's live. Oh, maybe let's see what's going on, actually. She might be addressing the cat. Let's hear if she has anything to say about it. Foodie's live right now. Let's see what's up. Whoops, let me make this bigger.
They don't actually watch, they just have feelings. Will we ever get another Gaining Ground piece? What do you mean, twirly girl? I never had pink eye.
I may review the video from earlier with Foodie and the cat.
I know, K2, but that would be pretty hard to miss, wouldn't it? Like, first of all, we said we were going to get the cage a million times. then we got the cage. It wasn't in the car.
All right. I think easier than catching you folks up to actually
People
just
talk
put
nonsense
the
because they're
video
bored with
on.
their lives. You do, you doll. Thank you, Chris.
She just did a video like 30 minutes ago. I think I'm going to put that on to catch everybody up, and then I'll go back to her live.
See, I'm in the carrier. Guys, can we give Nicole Pin link 150 subs is beginning? I believe in you all.
1 second, then I'll catch you guys
I don't know,
up.
Nicole, are you okay with all the attention? Would you ever want a frog? Yeah. I don't know, I just like anything, like animals.
All right, so I'm going to show some of Foodie's stream from earlier where she picked up the cat.
Shoot.
Actually, I should try to get tape.
No.
This is from 2 days ago. Sorry, the wrong one. My bad. Wrong stream. 1 second.
So,
Let me find the correct video. 1 second here. Thought I had it. Here we go. Here's a link to the video from No, I Don't Think So. She's the one who did the edit.
kitten, so it helps us out.
All right, let's let it go.
Looks like those puppies. We have bread.
All right, so we get to start off with my favorite, getting to talk about what Foodie's eating before we even get to the cat. The cat's coming up next. And this is a video from the channel, No, I Don't Think So. She does great edits of Foodie's live streams as well as her videos. This live stream was over 2.5 hours, cut down to barely 20 minutes. So what does she have on the plate? Let's see what she has for the start.
Here.
First off, this looks like a pretty cozy place to eat. It's probably really hot, but the weather looks, other than the weather, it looks very nice. You got shade. The landscaping looks nice. It's not too overgrown. I mostly like it, actually.
Oh my gosh.
I know that it's not, you know, should be critiquing a little
Looks
more.
like those puppies. We have bread.
But let me catch up on some comments before we get any farther. She ended up taking it to the vet. I know she took it to a pharmacy. They couldn't find the mom initially. Take it to the vet. Plan on taking the cat. Yes, she got her money. Foodie got donations while taking the cat in. And it appears that she's already given the cat, put the cat back on the street. We're going to get into the details in a minute. Elisa says the cat looks sick to her. I couldn't really tell. I'm not really that good with determining. I'm not really a cat person like that. I don't really know a lot as far as how to identify illness. It was cute. I know that. I couldn't tell if it was ill, though. The mom allegedly was found up later. Yes, when they returned it. But I don't want to spoil it too much. Let's see the vet receipts. Yes, Nutty. I'd love to see that. Fried on fried on fried. The combo meal. Welcome in, Queen. Awesome. Good to see you again. It has been a while. And welcome in, Saving Nation. I'm glad she put it back too, especially because they found the mother. Hey, we're glad you caught it. I'm glad you can make it. Hopefully it'll be a good one tonight. I think it will be. They had the cat carry in the car, so it was planned. Interesting point, Nutty. Okay, let's let the edit run.
Hi.
So she's eating her meal here. This is a triple carb combo, like Edna was kind enough to point out. She's got a big thing of fried chicken, which, to be fair enough, it looks tasty, but there's a lot of breading on it. She's got a thing of French fried or
Hold on,
potatoes. She's moving around too much, but it was a slice of potato wedges and a thing of bread.
Food. Oh no!
Too many.
All right, so there's a lot of cats here. I'm not against, the idea of ever putting out some food for an animal, but I think that this is probably not the best way to do it. These are feral cats. Feeding them in an area where people are I don't want to say vacationing, but where people are having recreation, it's going to put them into conflict with the guests. At this moment, it might be fun for Foodie and the cats might get fed for the moment, but long term, this is going to put these cats into conflict with people using the area. And that's only going to work out badly for the cats and probably the people as well, but definitely for the cats in the long term. So generally feeding wild animals is not a good idea. Yes, that's what will happen, unfortunately. Yeah, I mean, it's a nice idea to give some food, but that's what ends up happening.
God.
Welcome in, Shelly. Good to see you, Shelly Daly. Yeah, well, everybody's already spoiling Queen of Awesome. It's okay.
Good job, babe.
Oh, I didn't even notice that, Nutty.
There's a very cute, small kitty.
Really? Near the bathroom?
She's like Angel.
Near the bathroom?
Yes,
What the-
and welcome in, Tussie Mussy. I don't think we've seen you here before. Welcome in. Hope you're having a good evening. But I also noticed that she got a bunch of money tonight, and she acted all naive at first. She was like, "Oh, people sent money? Oh, I can't believe it! Oh, wow!" It's you're gonna see it by the end of this edit here, and this is an edit. Let me say again from No, I Don't Think So. An excellent channel. I encourage everybody to check them
Let
out.
me bring her some food.
You want to go wash?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go on the right.
It might be the mother is
Hello.
likely one of these cats.
Hello. Oh, no, no. No, no.
Which one of them, I'm not sure. And this place is pretty empty, but there is one person over here
No.
in the back.
Hi. Hi. Don't bite me. Oh.
Now, Foodie's attitude here really starts to bug me. Not that she's playing with the stray, that is what it is, but the way she starts to act like she's really having an emotional connection to this animal. And anybody who's not familiar with Foodie, I'm not just being hard-hearted and skeptical. I'm saying that because Foodie's a bad pet owner. She neglects her pets. Some would argue that she's even been abusive to her pets. I don't know if it's a long story, but she's certainly been neglectful. Nobody can argue that much. And she's been a very bad pet owner. She took like over a year extra to get Julia spayed. She never got BBJ's nails trimmed. There's a whole bunch of, she's never bothers to get Julia groomed. There's numerous allegations and claims you can make about her pet ownership over the years. And now she wants to act like she really is going to help this poor little kitten. She's never helped any cat.
You want some food?
Fakeness.
Kissing
Totally
and rubbing
fake.
a stray cat all over your face. Guess we're in for another mite infestation, bees. I don't have much personal experience with kittens, so I can't accurately gauge the age of that kitten. Doesn't that
Well, Lizzie, that's very nice of you though to do that. And that's really, doing it actually something that could really make a difference. Just throwing out some food is only drawing the problem out. It's not really solving anything. It sounds like you're actually taking some steps to make a little bit of difference there. And I think that's what people should try to do. Just doing something to make them feel good is not, I mean, I don't want to be a party pooper, but just throwing some food out there and taking the kitten in for the night is not really doing much of anything. Those are feral cats. Those are not, a large feral cat population is not native. It's not something that can be supported by the local environment.
that kitten look like it needs to be fed by its mom, or am I off here?
Yeah, the age of the kitten is still in question. People were saying that it looked like the mother still needed to feed it, that it was still being fed by the mother directly, nursed by the mother. I think that's the correct term. So if it was still being nursed, it's still too young to be taken away. At least from my understanding.
Here.
Anyone has more knowledge on
Babe,
cats,
we
feel
have to
free
take her.
add some more information.
See that
They are
light
cute.
bulb
They are
go off in
cute. I
her
get
head?
it. Yeah, you're
That
right.
poor little kitten stumbled into her life like a golden ticket. I
Especially if you have cats at home, because you can transmit disease.
guarantee the plan is to use it to beg for donations. Grifters gonna grift.
She's so close. Mom.
Yeah, but where's her mom?
Very welcome.
Don't
Very
know.
welcome. Thank you for coming
You
in.
mean you don't care? You know we're in trouble when Salah is the voice of reason.
Maybe one of these cat.
Oh, that's right.
Does she look?
I had forgotten about that detail. For anybody who not aware, Julia's stitches came open because Foodie did not give her the collar that they would typically give to prevent that.
Like she still needs to be titty fed. She's so skinny.
Foodie is so eloquent. She still needs to be titty fed. Foodie with the such a delicate manner of speaking.
You're so beautiful.
She has ear mites bad.
It is cute. Yeah, I mean, no
Yeah,
question
she has
about that.
ear mites bad.
Look, guys. She's so friendly.
That's sad.
No, don't go.
Good to see you, Saban
Hi,
Nation.
baby. You're so precious.
She doesn't want to eat crunchy, so she's probably
Welcome
still
in,
being
Nirvana.
milk
Good to
fed.
see you.
She's very skinny. I don't know if we can afford another cat. That's the problem.
We keep.
We know you're sick of Foodie, but this is a special report. Foodie has taken in, abducted a new feline victim. Apparently, she may have released it, but we're just going over the details still, so I don't want to spoil too much. But I'm sure some of you may be aware of the ending, the outcome. Although it's not completely finished yet. There's still more to be seen.
Maybe it will be mean to her family. She has a parents here too.
Yeah, it's a girl cat. Whoa! Make sure she doesn't jump off, babe.
All right, Shelly. I'm not going to highlight your comment because I don't want to spoil. but that's basically correct. That's for anybody who just wants to get a quick summary. Shelly's basically correct with that, at least as far as I know.
She's too small. Hold her. She's so friendly. She's so skinny. Oh.
Oh wow! I didn't even think of that. That's a good point.
She needs weaned. Yeah, she's probably still. Wanda for the kitty, 50 US. Thank you so much.
That's another good
Wanda.
point,
If we take her, will you guys?
Shelly. If anybody here, I already kind of mentioned this, but if anybody here is a little sensitive to issues with animals, there's nothing too terrible to look at. But just if you're sensitive to that, this bothers you a lot, you may want to tune out a little bit until the second half, because this is going to be for probably the first at least 30 minutes. We're covering this for a while. We're covering this full story tonight, but then we're going to move on to Glitter and Rosee later for anybody who's just coming in, just so that you're aware. Rosee's done a live stream again just yesterday. We're going to cover some of that, and I've got a retro react to Glitter and Lasers that is chef's kiss. So we're going to be getting into that a little bit later, but back to Foodie.
Help us, like, for real?
And there we have it. God, you're so shameless, Foodie. She's gonna sit there and pretend she has a bleeding heart when we have seen how she treats her animals. Not only did she
There's
see
a
an
spoiler.
opportunity to milk her audience.
That's a spoiler I'll put up. It does not end well I mean, it does not end badly. I'll say that. It does not end badly, but
For donations, but I guarantee she will farm drama with this poor kitten as much as she can.
What do you think, babe? No?
What if she?
that's a good program, Jamie. That seems like a program that would actually, make a real difference in the long run. Because I don't want to sound hard-hearted, which I may come across as, but I like to think of myself as an environmentalist, and there has to be some kind of a long-term solution. It can't just be, just trying to save everything in the moment.
Julia fights her or something.
I don't think Julie would fight her. She was raised in a house with cats. Yes, I will help. $50, thank you. That would cover the vet visit. We will help. Because she probably has a mom, but the mom, like, the cat feels starving. Like, she feels hungry. I don't know what she would eat.
You don't know what she would eat? Well, Foodie, I mean, if you leave any food for her, no, but what would she eat? How about all the bags of food that you bought for the other, that your audience paid for? Although to be fair, it's such a young kitten, it can't eat that food. So you would have to, joking aside, she would have to actually get food for it as a kitten. But why is she going to talk crap about how she doesn't have money to pay for the kitten? So why are you taking it in if you can't afford to care for it? Oh, because you expect donations? Is that it, Foodie?
Oh, are you our new baby? This could be a community beezer. Oh, she's very skinny. Feel her ribs and stuff. We will help. Okay, maybe we should take her.
Oh, and Salah, spoiler alert, Salah is totally a spineless punk when it comes to this one. I usually stick up for the guy, but I'm not sticking up for him at all today. He at first said some what I thought was reasonable. Is like, oh, well, maybe we should leave the cat. Maybe we should, maybe we shouldn't just take it in so quickly. But then when the money started coming in, he changed his tune. And he's like, oh, yeah, let's take it home. Let's take it home.
They will help us, they said.
They'll help us, they said.
We can.
Look at her face lighting up because people have already begun opening their wallets. Couldn't have come at a better time for them. They've been acting more broke than ever.
We can bring her to the vet tomorrow.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
We can at least foster her, and if we can't take her,
Then at least
Yeah, exactly. If we could foster her and we'll still have the donations.
you're left with the donations.
just put her down for now.
Yeah, but she will run away. She will go.
You want to put her in the car?
In the car?
Yeah, she won't poop.
How you know?
Well, I gotta go bathroom soap. If she poops, I'll clean it. What do you guys think? The vet's not
Foodie, you don't even clean your own poop. You're not going to clean the cat's poop.
open now, is it?
Pet zone, yes, but not the vet.
No, she needs a doctor. She has ear mites. They need to clean them out.
Oh. What if it's her family here?
Oh, I hope
Yeah,
so
her
too.
family's here, but she's starving. They can't. Remember that we saw a dead kitten.
What if Julie hurt her because Julie is
I agree.
adult?
She
To
would
make money and outrage, to
She's
farm it.
very malnourished. She's gonna need. The vet will probably give her some formula.
Oh, and the call to prayer went on during the video. They didn't really show this part in this edit, but I saw this in the original. Before she got the kitten, I thought the call to prayer came on while she was eating. So I said to myself, oh, well, maybe she went off camera for a minute. I thought that maybe she felt guilty that she was eating during the call to prayer, so she left off camera to pray. Or at least to make it look like she was praying. No, it was just to go grab the kitten.
I don't think her mom's around. She would be around the cat, babe. This one's abandoned. Start to go.
It's abandoned. She says it's abandoned. She didn't even look for the mother. She didn't even look for the mother. There's all these cats around. She didn't even take 2 seconds to try to identify where the mother could be. Oh, it's been abandoned.
Fund me? No, we could just do my
Spoiler, they found the mother when they went back later. It was abandoned.
PayPal if you guys want to send money to the. She's panting. Okay, let's bring her home. We can at least help her out. The Beezers want to help
Okay,
too.
yalla.
We're gonna go right home.
We have to go.
No, it's okay, Nirvana. You let it out.
You want me
Let
to
it out
grab her?
tonight. I'm angry at Foodie too.
The food in the car. Let's finish.
Come on, baby. Come on, baby. We're going.
Exactly, Nutty. She has no business caring for this animal.
I think it's a girl.
Oh, really?
Oh no,
I think it's a girl. Later on, they found out it was actually a boy, but it had some kind of an issue down there. So I guess it was a little bit harder to identify. Yeah, the animal, I'm not going to say the animal had nothing wrong with it, but like people in the chat are pointing out, you find folks are pointing out, Foodie has no business caring for any pets because every pet she has, she neglects. She uses them for sympathy, to get money, to farm outrage. She uses them as props, and then she discards them when they become unprofitable, when they're no longer profitable.
I think it's a boy.
Boy?
Is it a boy?
Oh, maybe. She said she hoped it
People
was a
say,
female.
"Don't do that.
She did say
You
that.
better not. It's what? A huge mistake.
She did say that.
Why? Very skinny guy.
Oh, and listen to Salah here. He's reading what the chat says, and he's kind of reading off all the comments saying, this is a big mistake. Don't do this. You have no business taking this pet in. If it has parasites, they could spread to Julia. Julia may not like this kitten. They may fight. There's a whole bunch of reasons why you should be careful, Foodie. Even if you do want to take in this cat, don't just take it in immediately. Go and get a carrier, quarantine it, put Julia in a separate area, make sure you take it straight. If you're gonna do this, take it to a shelter or something first, so it could be quarantined and vaccinated.
Take her.
I don't
for
know.
a bit.
I mean, I think that's how you do it. I don't actually own a cat, so I don't really know. But I would assume that's the smart way to do it. That's people in the chat are suggesting at least.
Vet not home.
There's no
Oh,
vet.
vet not home. Wait, I think there's one vet open now.
We don't have a cage. You want to go home and get the cage?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh,
she's
boy.
very rough with it. She's very rough with it. That's another thing about Foodie. She's always rough with animals, and I think the reason she is because she usually deals with animals like kittens and animals that are so small they don't really have the strength to resist her and fight back. But whenever they're a little bit bigger, they bite her or they snap at her. I think that's why she has so much trouble with animals, because she doesn't know how to be gentle and handle them in a way that they don't mind.
Okay, Yella, Cage.
Salah, please stop.
I like dogs.
Cage, don't listen. Just
Sabin Nation. I do
she's
like
very
animals.
Skinny. We saw a dead kitten the other day, okay?
I actually had a bird before. I like birds. They make good pets, and they're pretty low maintenance too.
She's very skinny.
Salah, no, don't take the cat home.
Babe, stop.
Please leave the cat. Salah, please, this is not right. That kitten is old enough to be without its mother.
It's very starving.
No, I don't. I mean, I gotta help out my family. That's enough enough stuff for me to take care of. But I used to have a pet bird when I was younger. Someday I may get one again. I mean, I do like animals. They're just current situation. It's not really conducive to having a.
We need a name.
Beezer. Okay, go, Yella. Cage.
Yes.
Please.
Yes.
Just put the phone down
like
for
a
now.
child who does no experience.
The mother is there.
No, she's not. She would be with her mom.
Well, I mean, you
So-
could let it fly around. I mean, you let it. If a small bird, you let it fly around the house. It has plenty of like a little parakeet. It has plenty of space to fly around. It doesn't need like a giant area. Just as long as it can fly around the property, it's pretty content. Like a big parrot or something, it might be different. But a little parakeet or a little something like that, he doesn't need a lot of space.
Salah, please, for the sake of the cat and Julia, do not take it home.
No,
Leave
that's
the
fair,
cat,
Nirvana.
Carolina said
That's
also.
fair. You're not the
Nicole
only one
sent
who
a
can't
super
stand
chat.
her.
Wait. I have to go put money in my bank today, and I will send more then. You are saving a kitty, and I love this. Guys, you confuse me, okay?
And the people in the chat are really going both ways. You got people sending money, trying to get Foodie to take the cat. You got people saying no, don't take it. And of course, people sending money are the ones saying to take it. So of course they won out. I'm sorry it didn't work. I mean, having multiple pets might be a little bit different. If you just have one, it's not such a big deal to clean up after it. I mean, I mean, if you have multiple birds, I could see it getting out of hand. Welcome in, Fiona's mom. Hopefully you're doing a little bit better. I remember last time I spoke with you, you were having a little bit tough time. So hopefully you get some better news in there. Yeah, a lot of times they do. I know that the bird we had, it was such a small bird that it was able to fly around the house. It was able to fly safely. So I mean, we didn't have like a lot of fans or anything like that.
You are going to expose Julia. They confused me, Allah. Most of them, they said, no, leave the
Julia
cat.
will be fine because we're taking this cat to a vet to get seen and cleaned up.
Geez, woman, don't get so enraged that you squish
Yeah, look at her squishing it with the neck.
the poor thing to death.
Look at how tight her head is on
If
that.
Julia gets something, we can take her to the vet. Don't worry.
If Julia gets something, we can take her to the vet. Don't worry. Aren't there like diseases and parasites that you can't just take her to the vet? Like that's such a. I mean, I understand you want to help this new kitten. All right, let's give her Foodie the benefit of the doubt, which she doesn't deserve. She doesn't deserve the benefit of the doubt. But just for the sake of argument, let's give her the benefit of the doubt and say, okay, let's say she really does care for this new kitten. But you're going to risk exposing Julia. I mean, it's, saving one to hurt another, hurting the other one to save one is not a solution.
Yeah, I feel bad. She's so small. Look.
Allah, let's go. I don't know, I'm confused. But for now, we'll take her for the vet, and we will see.
Her beezers
she's
are
gonna starve. I can
morons.
feel it. She's very emaciated.
You hold the camera?
No, I can't. So put it down for now.
I don't know about keeping her with Julia. We'll see.
We'll keep her in here.
Welcome to Tucker and Fred's. Yeah, spoiler, she did eventually get back.
He will fight with Julia.
We have to get him. We have to get him fixed very early.
And cut the nail.
Yes, we have to ask the vet. When do we get his balls chopped off?
Yeah, and again, Foodie is just so delicate. Oh, it's still being titty fed. When are we gonna get his balls chopped off? Foodie, are you 12 years old?
Oh my gosh, people donated money. If you guys want to, I'm gonna pin my PayPal
Exactly.
after. Just hang on for a minute because I'm gonna put my PayPal after so we can directly get the money so that we can buy stuff for her. Oh.
and circumvent YouTube's 30% cut of the super chats. She just had a video taken down yesterday for breaking the community guidelines, and now she's already back to breaking TOS.
Hold on. Ow! Ow. Okay, wait. Looks like Sam.
She was holding the cat so tight it started trying to claw her off. Foodie is just so rough with the pets.
She's bug-eyed because she's very hungry, I think. I think it's a girl, guys. No,
I think it's a girl, guys. Please let it be a girl.
you can't go outside.
She kept saying that.
Thank you, hon. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me catch up. Babe, can you...
And allegedly they collected $500. I don't know if they collected that much, but if they did, I mean, how expensive could it be? $500 should be able to cover the expense.
My PayPal, just if you guys want to help, because, like, you know that helping cats are expensive.
If you can't afford it, then don't take it in. And what do you mean cats are expensive? Maybe for others, but not for you. You don't take cats to the vet, and the food you give them is from the stockpile people donated to you for you to go outside and feed strays.
I don't want to sound cheap, but...
I mean, I usually don't get too frustrated, but it bothers me a little bit more this time. I think because she's using this little cat to do it, and I think that some reviewers are easily taken advantage of. And yeah, you're right. I mean, they're adults. They need to be responsible for their own decisions. But I still don't like it.
We'll get these super charts next month. Yo, mama.
Oh, God.
Now once it's mom.
Jelly.
I don't think it has a mom, Yo, mama, because it's starving. And I bet you the mom is starving, so, you know, if it did have a mom, it'll have a better life. What if we don't have PayPal?
No, I'm just going to leave that with no comment. That's just, I don't even need to say anything to that. That's just hilarious. I'll say like and subscribe. You want to see more comments like that, like and subscribe to this channel.
Oh. Well, that's okay, Wanda. You did donate.
Great comments from chat.
Yeah, they'd rather it be starving and stray. Like, guys, I'm not kidding. We've seen at least 3 dead kittens in our lifetime, like, being here. Just on the street, dead. Like, the same age. Did you find a vet?
Yeah, exactly, Nutty. I feel the same way.
Name her Starfish. Beezy? I don't want to
accept... Foodie talking about they've seen multiple dead kittens out here. Well, first of all, who even knows if that's true or not? But if it is true, I mean, there could be a number of reasons why. And if they died from disease or something, that's all the more reason to be careful about bringing this one home to Julia. The issue of stray cats is a complex one, but long term, you know, for the environment, for everything like that, you gotta, if you're gonna foster the cat, you're gonna take it in, have it neutered. That could have a long term beneficial impact. But just throwing food and just doing like what Foodie does without really thinking is not a solution.
You guys, like, I feel like we're doing the right thing, because if she has a mom, it's not providing enough for her.
That's right.
She was panting, she was hot, and when I saw her, she was such a little angel in the grass, and she looks very like her. She's bug-eyed. She's very malnourished. So anyway, if you guys want to help out, because the vet's going to be a bit costly, it's just an unexpected expense. I know, you know, we're going to do our best, but if you want to help, that's my PayPal. The PayPal is very appropriate. They're not rich and need help. Yeah. They're open till 10? Okay, let's go.
It's like pharmacies, okay?
Yeah.
But there's a vet doctor there, yeah, inside.
Yeah. I have my PayPal because people said they wanted to help. Another cat, taking on another cat wasn't on the bingo card, but I can't not, you know. I'm going to do my best.
But I can't not. I'm going to do my best. And also it really bugs me too. And this is purely just, this is on me, I guess. Why am I letting this trigger me? But just her fake attitude. It's so darn fake. I normally just kind of get a laugh when Foodie's being fake, because it's only, there's nobody else being hurt. She's just kind of messing herself up. So I just laugh. But she's ripping off her brain dead beezers, and I still feel a little bit of sympathy for them. I don't know why, but I just feel like I feel bad for them. Like they're morons and being taken advantage of. So I just feel bad for them because they are. And I also don't like it because she's using the little kitty to do it, and she's acting like she really cares, and it's just so darn fake. It's just, the whole thing is just disgusting.
Name her PayPal. Melody dogs eat a big fat and choke. Wanda! I have adopted cats from the US. We're gonna do our best, free blanket. We'll have to find a way, I guess.
Find a way as in buttering up to Wanda, Nicole and Nina. I'm curious how long it'll take them to wake up and join the other side of Gaul World.
You always say you're starving. It's literally, have you heard the word figurative?
That's actually really funny. She kept saying, oh, the cat's starving. She's starving. Well, Foodie, you always say you're starving. You don't know what it means to starve.
You guys take every little thing I say and just like you amplify it and make it something it's not. Just get a life, please. Breezy, stop clutching your pearls. Remember you used to show up drunk to care for animals? Breezy, you lost your daughter to a bottle of booze. I don't think you have a right to dictate how people take care of anything, all right?
Was Breezy in her chat, or was Breezy, Breezy was probably restreaming her?
So shut your big Jay Leno mouth. This criminal record friggin'
she just wanted
lost
a
my
kitten.
Child to the bottle. How about you shut up and get
It's like how Amber let Rarity escape, because she probably just wanted to get a kitten later.
off my... You have no life.
Lost their child to the bottle? Isn't that what happens to Foodie's dad?
Go get a job. You get what? 1,000 views per video?
This one is very savage.
It's not gonna be
It's a good one.
She was living with 2 cats and she was cuddling them. We're not taking her for a money grab. That's what FFG did with BBJ. I'm not making thousands. Like, if any bit of money you guys send, I will show you, like I did on the community post. Any money we get for the kitten, I'll post receipts that we spend it on her, not for us at all.
BS.
What did I do to that ogre, Amber? I'll tell you the story, what I think is her big problem, after we find a spot here.
No way in hell.
The manager, there's no limit to what you're allowed
she
to own
did.
for pets.
She did nail
There's no
Breezy to
law
the wall with that one.
for our building. People have all kinds of pets.
All right, I'm actually gonna put on. You know what? Because we already kind of know how this ends. I'm gonna just put on the conclusion video, because then the next video says how this ends. Like, put the next one
BBJ
on.
to the vet when I first got home because I didn't even have a chance to. She was stolen. I said that 1,000,000 times and used for clout. And now where is she? You guys don't give a shit about what's. She could be in a cage somewhere suffering. She's probably dead, but none of you care. So how about you shut up about that and stop pretending like you give a shit about BBJ? Huh? Yeah. Because I didn't take her to get her nails cut right when I got home, and I was gonna take her the next day. Shut up.
Oh, here's
We're adopting
actually
an
a
animal. What the why are people? You people
a little
are insane.
palate cleanser.
Call the
Here's a little palate cleanser before we go on to the rest of the foodie for the night, and then we're gonna go on to the other stuff. Here is a little 5-minute video from Kelly, another great channel that I use for edits, showing clothes that Foodie has grown out of over the last year or two. So here's a link to it. Let's check this one out. Let's look back at the clothes Foodie Beauty no longer wears, or we rather never even saw her wear. So we got this one here, I'm not sure what I'd call this one.
I don't really have much of a
Like a black and white floral.
sweet tooth, honestly. Never have. I'm more of a salty person. I like salt.
All that she doesn't like sweets, y'all. No sweets for her. This black one here, she no longer wears this one. Yep, that's the same black one, which she no longer wears now.
Holiday, I see a camel eating hay.
Oh, this right here is hilarious. That was so freaking hilarious. She actually blurred out her body. What the? This is so stupid. Like, I mean, I don't care. Like, in a way, I'm almost glad she did it. But it's like, Foodie, don't flatter yourself. Seriously, don't. Like, if you could have done that for the people inside the mosque, if you could have blurred yourself inside of there for them, that would have been good.
Goodbye, babe. Love you.
Sure, Jan. Next important.
So this is another one she no longer wears, the black one with the white stripe down the side. these were a lot smaller. You could see also how her general fupa shape was not as big. She had a lot more loose fabric.
Thing is to pour hot sauce all over this dish.
It's size 58. All of the abayas abaya are in size 58 or 60.
Here's another one. You could actually, this was when she was starting to get a little bigger. This was like, I guess we could say there were like 3 phases of sizing. There were the first abayas that she got in the very beginning that were the smaller ones. Then she kind of got these in the middle here. And then now she's like at her biggest size. But this was kind of in between. But she's sized out of these now as well. This two-tone one.
58. All of the abayas abaya are in size 58 or 60. So as you can see,
This one with the floral pattern. She used to wear this one a lot.
it's pretty roomy, and this is what it looks like from afar. And this is what it looks like full body. This is the open style abaya, basically.
This one here's got a really interesting pattern. Yeah, she eats a lot of sweets now. This one here is actually I kind of like this pattern, I'll admit. But or this I don't know if you call it a pattern, but I like this this color this colorway, I guess you'd call it. But she doesn't fit in this one anymore either.
The front.
This is the shirt that she used to wear all the time. I don't think we see her in this anymore at all.
And the back. And this is what it looks like from the back.
Yeah, these shirts, like for a while, she was wearing these shirts a lot. And now I guess she's sized out of them.
Again, the same style.
I mean, you could see even when she got them, they weren't exactly loose. Like even there, it's already a little bit snug, even when she first got it.
Is the last one where it covers everything from behind. There's the front and back very nice.
Yeah, like look how snug that is. You know, that's new and it's still already
As you can
very
see
tight
here.
fit. Yeah, really. Like look at the buttons are the buttons are absolutely straining on this one.
Okay, and this is from the back.
Patas locos. Patas locos.
Again, covering everything.
Foodie with her patented stick of butter to make, what the heck even is that?
This is the front. And this is the back.
Little Bo Peep. Kind of like a nun. Remember when she sat in, this was so funny when she tried to sit into this thing. She just kind of slid along the bottom. Jesus. Look at that. I forgot about that. And the hat. Who else forgot about this hat? This is a great edit. It is nostalgic.
I'll risk it. I got too many things in my hands, but I'll risk it. So I don't have to make 2 trips. Beside Harry's salad things.
It really is. Look at her shape in here. Holy crap. She's got the, wow. She's just, like she's got her elbows resting on her fupa. And her fupa's resting on her legs. She's got like, trying to think of a way to describe it. She's got like that grimace shape.
This is comfy.
Good,
All right.
Good Lord.
Time to head home. Injections are done. The nurse was like, you really need to lose weight.
You know, we haven't watched her really walk in a little while. I mean, she does walk, but we haven't got a good look at her. And From here, you can see how much she leans back. I forgot how much she leans back when she walks, but you can really see it, especially when she's going up this this incline here. She's leaning back like 30 degrees. Like right here, look how, the perfect example, the umbrella is over her head, but the front of her fupa is still sticking out past the umbrella. Like, look at that. The front of her fupa sticks out past the umbrella. See? See what I mean?
So I'm wearing the under.
And what is this? This is just, I don't know. This just looks to me like something like a Tweedledum outfit.
Dress, but
Scuba
I
Steve
hiked
hat,
it up a
hood.
bit and put it under my undershirt. This cardigan.
What even is this? This is like 5-year-old special ed student. I don't know
Which
what else you call
has
this.
Open slits here.
This was
And
like
this
a
is
year or
like
two ago at this
a
point.
T-shirt. So I have the jeggings on still. I'm just going to keep them on for the rest of the video. But I'm starting to sweat here. So
She actually had a lot of clothes at one point, but even when she bought them, look how snug they were when she got them. Like this shirt didn't really button tight. Like, I mean, it was so tight, it barely buttoned. And this undergarment here, this undershirt, I don't even know what you'd call that. That is basically stretched, you know, skin tight at this point.
yeah. I don't
Well,
know.
no, actually, it's not quite that tight, but it is tight. It's not skin tight, but it's tight.
I kind of like it. It's very casual, light, good for summer, just to go for like a beach walk. Should probably be.
These outfits are just like, and then she looks like a penguin wearing clothes because she has that hood underneath everything.
A lot looser. I guess I'm gonna have to lose weight. We have a.
Now, what the heck is this? Like, I just can't get over these. Everyone is worse than the one before. It's like she's wearing a jumpsuit or a bodysuit, and then she just puts a t-shirt on top.
Basic white t-shirt. It's got little pockets. But yeah, it's.
What the heck? I mean, at least this one breaks up their shape a little bit. This is slimming, but it's so darn tight. It's like it's completely stretched.
It's a little form-fitting. So
Little form-fitting. Again, leaning back. She's standing at like 80 degrees. You should be standing 90 perpendicular. She's standing at least 10 degrees off center. She's gotten so much bigger, 150 pounds probably. Wow. Holy crap. That is a sight to be seen. That is unholy. Look at that. That is absolutely unholy. It looks like she's pregnant with like 8 kids, like Octomom stuff. That is heinous.
hello guys. Okay, it says right in the title.
All right, let me put on the bumper and we're going to put on the other, you know what? I think we're going to split it up actually, because we already kind of saw the first half of the foodie. I really wanted to get on to some Rosee because I know everybody's been dying to see that. So let me pull up some Rosee for y'all. And she's live in her pool.
Yeah. It's hot. Set the filters and everything.
Oh, let me, by the way, everybody, be sure to like and subscribe. If you enjoy this content, you'd like to see more of it, please click that subscribe bell. And also, if you want to make sure that you're seeing all of the chat, be sure to choose the option for live chat rather than top chat. And thank you to all of the lurkers, all of the chatters. If I miss anybody coming in, I'll try to welcome you when I do see you. And thank you again to everybody watching the replay.
So I still don't feel good. But man, I have a neighbor who's like working on the roof or something, and it's so loud.
This one is so long, I gotta skip forward through some parts.
I thought it was my actual neighbor. Hi guys.
I think about 15 minutes in is where it gets interesting.
I think I've heard like Snow White was the worst one, but like
where she talks about these live remakes of these Disney movies. This is really funny. This part in the beginning.
She said something like, "Oh no, millennials and like pastel color block are gonna come for me" or something like that. I was like, and I'm a millennial, so I just started dying laughing. I was like, every time people make fun of millennials, I'm like, listen.
Oh, and Rosee outed how big she was. I actually know how big Rosee is. Rosee told me, well, she didn't tell me, but she admitted on this video how heavy she was. And the way she admitted it was she did not admit it directly. She admitted it, she kind of told on herself. But I want to get guesses from you folks, because I think I finally know how big, well, you guessed last week, but if anybody wants to put a new guess in, feel free, because I think I finally know how big Rosee is by weight.
Oh yeah, I don't know anything sports related. That's why I don't know. I'm not entertained by sports personally. Hey, Brooke.
And I just wanted to comment also, it's impressive how her second chin is almost touching her cleavage, but her cleavage like starts at her shoulder, like it's all just one big mass. Good Lord, this girl's so huge.
In my mind, just live life. Everyone is going to get canceled at some point. Some people are sensitive now. People are too sensitive nowadays. I mean,
all right, this is really funny. So somebody says to her, hey, you know, I think we should stop all being so sensitive. Everybody's going to get canceled someday, right? Like we should just stop, running. We should stop with all this extreme purity spiraling. We don't want to, throw out everybody who has ever said anything, right? We got to be realistic. And what does Rosee respond with?
Get what you're saying. Because, like, at the end of the day, I've really kind of changed my perspective on the whole, like, canceling and, like, everything like that. Because
you folks are close.
I've lived on the internet on both sides as, like, a viewer
and
as a creator. And, like, I've seen how things get twisted, how things get manipulated. But there are like certain things like
she's got those mud flaps. That's what they are. Like they don't even look like boobs. They look like mud flaps because they start like above her collarbone. They start like at her shoulder.
It's insane to me that James Charles has so much popularity and fan base when he's such an evil person.
Okay. For James Charles, I don't know a lot about the guy. But from the little bit I know, he does seem like a little bit of a creep. So maybe Rosee might be right for once. I don't want to condemn him if I don't know enough, but he does seem like a little bit, I don't know. I haven't heard anything. Everything I've heard about him seems a little weird, but I don't want to condemn anybody if I don't know for sure. So I'm just going to leave that alone. But I wanted to point out how Rosee is always using words like evil and calling people the devil. And it's just, I don't know where she got that from, but she's always saying how everybody's evil and the devil. It's just very, very interesting how the language she chooses to use.
Who has done so many heinous things that have been harmful towards like minors and just predatory behavior in general as like a constant pattern, and like nobody gives a fuck, and he's still like a super popular TikToker. He was just invited to the AMAs. Like the fact that he has such a huge
they need to pull out their dignity and put away their mud flaps.
Career is so insane to me, and it's like there are a lot of things that deserve to be publicly ostracized and canceled for, and it's shit like that, and it's just crazy to me. Yeah, some people get canceled for stupid stuff. That I agree with for sure. Thank you.
James Charles is this guy on YouTube who does makeup tutorials. I don't really know much more than that. And allegedly, He's talked to some young men, I believe. I don't really have a lot of information, so I really don't want to say too much. But allegedly, he did something like that. I should look into it more.
Hello, Kitty. Hello, Momo.
Okay, Nutty. That's kind of what I heard.
It's so creepy, but Americans love creeps. Well, yeah, and like we're also in a really weird stage right now because like another thing I'm super fucking pissed off about is the Lilo and Stitch live remake. I've kind of been boycotting.
Oh, this is hilarious. This part here, I previewed some of this. The Lilo and Stitch live remake. She's angry about it. I'm thinking to myself, what? Well, I mean, I'm not really into these remakes either, to be fair. I like some of the original Disney animated films. Hey, by the way, and the weight, to answer your question, 600 pounds. I looked it up. Rosee weighs 600 pounds. I got that from her calorie information, and we'll see that later. No problem, Nirvana. But yeah, allegedly she weighs 600.
The live remake since they started, just because for the most part I have opinions of like why I don't like it, and I just don't really watch. I've never seen any of the live remakes. Like I think I've heard like Snow White was the worst one, but like I haven't seen the Beauty and the Beast one. I haven't seen that's the only one I can think of off the top of my head. But with like the current state of society right now, it's just really alarming to see how Disney turned the Lilo and Stitch movie into like a fascist propaganda piece.
Disney has turned Lilo and Stitch into a fascist propaganda piece. Did you folks hear that? Lilo and Stitch remake is fascist propaganda because Disney is apparently putting out fascist propaganda now. This, again, I said before Rosee was paranoid and unhinged, but I think this is the kind of talk that really sells it for me.
It's like really disturbing because it's like
it's really
if you look
disturbing.
at it as like a standalone thing, it doesn't seem like a big deal, but when you look at it at a much larger like societal scheme, it's just really concerning how they completely like watched the entire intent of the movie, completely changed it to where Nani, like the entire plot was completely gutted, and it's like instead of the slogan of the movie is,
I mean, she has like the weirdest shape to those things though. Like they start like up by her arms, they start like up by her shoulder, and then they just kind of extend down. Like what is this tough? Like it's not supposed to start up here by the neck. The cleavage is supposed to start lower than that.
Ohana means family, and family means no one gets left behind, except literally Nani leaves Lilo behind and gives her up to the state to go to college in the mainland, when like to be a marine biologist where Native Hawaiians can go to college in Hawaii for free to be a marine biologist. And it just really doesn't sit right with me. It doesn't sit right in my heart.
So apparently because Lilo or the Moana goes to study marine biology and lets Lilo stay with somebody else, it's fascist propaganda. I don't know. She didn't explain it very well.
And just the current state of media and how accepting people are of certain things, while it's just more publicly acceptable to be racist, transphobic, homophobic.
That's right. Because so Lilo and Stitch remake is clearly designed to appeal to racist, transphobic, homophobic people because, yeah, it's just how it's obviously. Can't you see it?
Revert. And it's like it's more difficult for me to exist online as a fat person now than it was like 3 years ago. Like if you,
she really explained herself well there. Like if anybody out there is gonna watch that Lilo and Stitch movie now, like you're basically just a Nazi. Like give up.
My Instagram comments right now, it's heinous. Like it's like all the comments I get, which I'm not super active on Instagram anymore, but all the comments I get are hate. I just get nasty.
They got that mud flap shape.
Really uninspired, really unpleasant comments. Like just for having a page existing as like a fat person, like it's actually crazy. And it's just more difficult to exist in the world if you're different in any capacity right now. Obviously, I would say like it's much more difficult if you're not white, if you're visibly trans or gay. Like people are just really out here being nasty, judgmental, close-minded, and that's being accepted more.
So Rosee's just claims that every year everything just gets worse and worse and worse for everybody who she cares about. She doesn't seem to be very big on providing a lot of documentation for any of this.
More as the norm. And as I'm getting older, it's just been really interesting seeing like the roller coaster, because like I feel like we've really reverted as a society. Like we're much more closed-minded and
We're much more closed-minded. Well, you're the one demanding everybody be censored. I mean, we're more closed-minded, but you're the one asking for everybody to be censored, Rosee. Like, how do you square that?
and hateful. And I remember in like the early 2000s how like certain things are more acceptable than they were the past, I don't know, 5 to 10 years. And it's like we've cycled back to how that was in the early 2000s. And it really...
We cycled back to the early 2000s. I love how her ability to understand history is her knowledge of history is so limited. She can't even realize that cycles are a lot deeper than 5 years. But this is really just, there's a lot of crap. I'm going to fast forward a little bit. That was like the funny part. There's some more funny stuff about 2 hours in. There was another funny part in the middle. I can just try to remember where it was.
Listen. 3.9 million monthly listeners. Cool. It always made this pool feel so tiny in comparison. But like the fact we have one at all is such a blessing. Her loss. And the law is going to look into it, and if they realize that the death was preventable and they see that...
Oh, here we go. Where she's talking about Girl World. She's talking about an influencer. Here it was. Where she speaks about an influencer. Look at me, Vista. Oh, I'm mad too. We were watching her for the first 40 minutes at Vista.
As a society, we used to think pale skin was the cool thing.
We're actually probably going to go back to Foodie at the end, but we were watching her for the first like 30, 40 minutes about the kitten. Yeah, that was pretty crappy. Is she still live? I might actually go back to her and check in for a little bit.
Because that meant you didn't have to work out in the fields. Interesting. What time frame are you referring to, Elk? Because, yeah, growing up, I feel like the tanning culture was the heaviest in the early 2000s.
I think Fallen Angel, if anything, I think most people are just, I think people are, I'm not going to, try to say everybody's, kumbaya and learning, all full of love. But I think people in general are certainly learning to be a little more accepting in general. And I think that's probably a good thing. I think, people need to just try to see each other, try to understand each other's perspective. I think that's the best thing people could try to do. Maybe that's a little bit lame, but that's, what I believe.
I've always not liked the way that I look when I tan. Like, I don't like it. I feel like I look like me when I'm like the color that I am, and with like my features and stuff. I just personally don't like and I've always felt that way because like growing up, my mom would always say like tanned fat is better than pale fat. Like I've heard.
Okay, that's something that one of the few times where I do agree with Rosee about is that I think tanning is generally unhealthy. I think that a lot of people tan too much. I mean, a little tan is not the worst thing, but generally want to avoid excess tanning.
A lot of people say that, and I just don't agree.
And it was around 210 where the other part got interesting.
That's what it was. Is almost, if not as bad as Erica. That shit is gross. Shit is nasty.
I'm trying to find the part that we got good.
I don't want to be a reaction channel, blah, 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 blah. And then she eventually tried to be a reaction channel, made it, and I was like... Especially when I was younger. Because, like, I was unfortunately a fan of Shane Dawson. So I would watch his, like, conspiracy videos.
Oh, this is the part where she talks about conspiracy theories. This was the funny part.
Thank you, Adam. Yeah, that's why I wore it. I like the way it looks, but...
This was the funny part where she talks about conspiracy theories.
It's just not...
Oh, and the bikini. She talks about the bikini here. This is the other funny part.
I maintain my weight by 3,500 calories, which if you're eating out and
here it is, the funny part.
With Emily, that's the theories that I've heard. But
all right,
off. I was like, you're the only person that I feel like, and even then, like,
be grateful I watched this so you don't have to.
World, so I would just be like, yeah, actually, I'm good. It's the same shit, different day. I'm over it. Because I really am normally much more removed, but this specific situation, I'm more pissed about Rachel and Rachel's involvement than any other aspect of the conversation. Thank you, Carmela.
Yeah, Foodie is just,
Yeah,
is
Levi
just the
really.
worst
So
when
like,
it comes
I'm
to that.
good. Levi and I don't even get in the
And
pool.
to catch anybody up, if anybody's not aware what Hipbeast is mentioning here, and welcome in Hipbeast if I didn't welcome you in already. Foodie Beauty today basically abducted a feral kitten. She took it home. She possibly exposed her own cat to parasites and disease. And then she took the feral cat, the kitten, and she brought it back and gave it back to its mom, even though because it was still too young. And I mean, the whole thing just, it reeked of her doing it to get money. You know, it just feels that way to me, that she really did it because she cared and she fostered it and had a plan and all that. That'd be different. But she was just interested in getting money.
At the same time. Like, we kind of have this mutual understanding that, like, if I'm in the pool, he's not in the pool. If he's in the pool, I'm not in the pool. For the most part, you know? So, but I'll come out here for hours and just, like, watch shit and just, like, dick around. He gets in the pool generally with, like, a purpose. Like, he's either swimming for a bit or he's hot and just wants to cool down. Like, that's his vibe. Yeah, Rachel is normally great with doing research and being unbiased. It was disappointing. So, she was that way. Her channel has been taking a nosedive since she started.
All right, and by the way, part of the reason why I'm showing this here, where she's talking about reactors, is because Rosee says she doesn't want to be associated with reaction channels. But why is she reacting to a reaction channel?
Reactor. Because she used to make, like,
somebody named Rachel. I looked her up. Apparently, she's a reactor. I don't really know her too well.
commentary style videos. Like, she would take a specific topic. Like, what really got me to like her was the whole original, like, feederism essay video that she made, like, a long time ago. I'd have to go back, like, and rewatch it, but, like, to fully remember it. But, like,
oh, that's right. I looked up this woman she's talking about, this Rachel woman. I looked up her channel. Rosee is saying that Rachel apparently made documentaries about feederism that were, as she put it, really good. But then she switched to doing reactions, and they were very sensational. I went to the woman's channel. She used to do videos about body piercing. It's that kind of thing. Like tattoos and stuff, I think. But mostly just like piercings and stuff. And then she started doing reaction videos. And there was like maybe like 1 month in between. So I don't know what the heck Rosie's talking about.
She would make well-researched, like, a videos based on, like, topics or, like, patterns of behavior, like, more succinct conversations, and then people were being like, you should react, you should do reactions because they want to watch it. And so, like, she at first would be like, oh, I don't want to be a reaction channel, blah 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 blah, and then she eventually tried to be a reaction channel, made a video reaction the entire time, being like, I'm not even good at it, da 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 da. Like, and she, like, during the reaction was just, like, clearly insecure and unsure of how she was being received.
See, now Rosee says that she doesn't want to be associated with Girl World or reactions. But here she is talking about a reaction channel. It may not be a reaction channel that I'm familiar with, but it's still a reaction channel that talks about Girl World. So why are you talking about this stuff if you don't want to be part of it?
Received and what she was doing, which she's human, like, that's fine. I'm not upset about that. But it made watching it kind of weird. And then she got positive responses because everyone wanted her to make that kind of content because people just want to watch people shit on Amber for breathing. And
please take them like to a World Star Hip Hop or Live Leak or wherever they put like the execution photos, like wherever they put like the stuff that's too gruesome to put on YouTube.
She did that, and then she started, like, every video making a reaction video, to a point where,
welcome in, Hannah.
like I said, sometimes I
2276.
just dip.
I agree. I think that Rosee is a good example of somebody who has no problem with reaction content unless they react to her. And actually, she doesn't mind reaction content to her as long as it's all agreement and ass kissing.
Because she just does the same shit, and frankly, a lot of the times she says some pretty ill-informed things. And it's just baffling to me.
I think so, Hippiesta.
Thank you, Sunset. And God, I don't remember who I heard say this. Someone recently, somewhere, was making a comment about, like, oh, to maintain her size, she has to eat like 10,000 calories a day.
I said to maintain her size, she probably needs about 3,000 plus a day. That was my estimate. And this is how come we know how fat Rosee is. This is where she rats on herself. She gives away her actual weight here because she says how many calories she needs to maintain her body weight. So for anybody who wants to get like a big, I don't know, a big bit of tea, a big cup of tea, this is the tea of the night. Rosee is standing on business here. We get to learn what her actual weight is. And here she tells us.
And that shit makes me want to shove my head through a fucking wall because I exist in a fat body. So, like, if you understand nutrition on even like a most basic level, if you look at, like, I'll use my TDEE as an example.
And that's total daily energy expenditure, which is just a fancy way of saying your daily caloric needs.
I maintain my weight by 3,500 calories, which if you're eating...
So she says she needs 3,500 calories a day to maintain her body weight. Well, you know what? We can look up a calorie calculator. Why don't we do that? So for a 33-year-old woman, height, why don't we share this tab? 5 foot 6 inches, weight 600 pounds, female, inactive. What a coincidence! 3,400 calories a day. Well, how do you like that? I wonder what Rosee says she can maintain her body weight on 3,500 calories. So therefore, Rosee must weigh at least 600 pounds. That's the proof.
Out and like you're not tracking calories and like you're eating fattening high calorie foods, it is not hard to eat 3,500 calories in a day. It's not healthy, but it's not hard.
It's not hard to eat 3,500 calories a day. It's easy. Like, like if you can eat that without even trying. I was doing some thinking and I wanted to really give her the benefit of the doubt. And I thought back to what I used to eat at my heaviest. And if you drink a lot of calories, like if you drink a lot of beer or a lot of wine, or maybe even just like a lot of soda pop, I guess that makes it a lot easier to get your calories up. But if you're not drinking a large number of calories, you gotta really pack it in to reach 3,500. You gotta eat like ice cream and stuff like that. Because if you're not eating ice cream and cake, it's tough to get up to 3,500. You have to really eat some sweets and stuff. Fried chicken, that kind of thing.
It's not hard.
I mean, it's hard unless you're eating junk food. If you're eating healthy food, it is hard to get 3,500 calories of healthy food. If you're just eating like lean, chicken breast and vegetables and rice, potatoes, you're going to be full long before you get to even 2,500 calories. So no way could you eat 3,500 calories a day easily unless you're eating a lot of junk food or drinking a lot of soda or a lot of beer or something.
My TDEE as an example. I maintain my weight by 3,500 calories, which if you're eating out and like you're not tracking calories and like you're eating fattening high calorie foods,
that is good.
It is not hard to eat 3,500 calories in a day. It's not healthy, but it's not hard. It's not hard.
It's not hard. I think she probably is.
What people don't understand is that,
like GlitterandLazers, for example. GlitterandLazers is somebody who probably drinks, 1,500, 1,600 calories daily. I mean, every day she drinks at least 400 calories of Starbucks.
Like, speaking for me, my weight gain happened in childhood. I left high school around the same weight I am now.
If she seriously left high school at 600 pounds or over 500 pounds, that's child abuse. Her parents should be locked up, or they should have been locked up. I guess it's too late to do anything now. But if they fed her to the point that she weighed over 500 pounds in childhood, that's abusive. That's horrible. That shouldn't have been allowed. I mean, that should have been stopped. And that nobody put a stop to that. I feel very bad for this woman that as a child she was so poorly mistreated. But but it's been a long time since then. She has to, at some point, she has to try to take control a little bit. Like she said, she was this weight at 18. Now she's 33. That means that in 15 years, she hasn't lost anything.
And that's crazy. But it's true. So my body is default is set to this weight. And If you're
Foodie
eating
has
10,000 calories a day, you're gaining weight rapidly at this size. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like there's just so much ignorance that I see.
So much ignorance that she sees. I love how she calls other people thinking that she massively overeats ignorant. If they don't know the number of calories that you would need to eat in a day, they might be ignorant. But is that really like grounds to think you're better than them?
From people just trying to dunk on ALR, that just like
Talking about ALR. I thought she said she didn't want to be involved in Girl World.
completely eschews logic and just sets aside like they don't care what the truth is because they just want to sensationalize and dunk on this person that gets them views and gets them paid. And that is inherently why I'm so sick of like the whole reaction community and like the whole concept of Girl World and why I stepped away from it to begin.
Why you stepped away from it, and that's why you're literally talking about it right now. I'll say this, that she's not entirely wrong. That there are some reactors that are very sensational. They don't really do any authentication of the information they present. And they'll present information they know to be incorrect just to get attention, just to get views. And those people are pretty crappy, in my opinion.
With. And
I'm not saying anybody in particular. I couldn't even tell you who. I don't watch anybody else that often. But if anybody is doing that, I have no respect for them.
Whole thing just brought up a lot of feelings, and I might regret even talking about it in this video, but yeah. I just like I said earlier, I really felt like I needed to talk about it and say something because people were dragging my name into it when from the get-go I was pissed off about this. Thank you, Bird. Yeah, from the get-go I was pissed off. Thank
Welcome
you,
in, Bleeding
Sunset.
Art Dub. Glad you can make it.
No regrets. No regrets. Yeah, so it's just like to meddle that deeply with someone and expose such like potentially like to alleged significant trauma because like we still don't know for certain the receipts are real, right? They seem pretty real, but to do.
I still can't get over how her mud flaps are kicking up into her grill. Like that's not good. She's got her mud flaps in her grill.
That for as a gotcha is just really fucked up. And I would not have ever participated in that willingly. And that's why I feel so bothered by it that people thought that I was. And I saw my name being mentioned in multiple Reddit posts, not just one. And that's when I was like, so stupid. Anyway, I'm gonna stop ranting about it now. Aw,
I feel like
they're chasing each other.
I feel like Rosee's cleavage, like probably it's like full of like grime. Like you know, like some people get like a ring on like the tub. Or like some people are really disgusting. They don't wash enough. They get like dirt behind the back of their neck. I feel like Rosee would have like a stripe of dirt like running down the middle of her chest. Like if you rubbed like a napkin down the middle, it would come out dirty. Well, ALR is better skin than her, to be fair.
Freaky geckos. Oh my god. Nicotine, please.
Rosee is somebody who loves to look up information about herself and then complain and act like she's being attacked. She goes on Reddit all the time to communities dedicated to just making fun of people, and then she gets upset that they're doing just that. She claimed that she was on the front page of a Reddit community called Fat People Hate, which I've never even heard of, but apparently it was a thing. It was called Fat People Hate. And apparently Rosee was like on their front page person every day. How she would even know that without going on Reddit herself? Good question, right? So she's obviously on there a lot.
I'm not planning on it, Autumn. Simply
full of yeast
because
exactly.
I don't trust this bathing suit top. Next time I think I have like a black Bordeaux style top, so I think I'll just wear that from now on. I don't
Welcome
trust
in,
this
here you
fancy
are.
top.
I hate to say it, but I've been paying attention to her lately. Not like too much, but like whenever she puts out a new video, I do kind of go watch it now. I'm ashamed. I'm doing a service by watching these videos. I'm doing it so you don't have to.
We're still working on that
Welcome in,
room.
Jarella. Good to see you.
Shit,
Glad
let
you
me
can
be a
make it
gecko.
tonight.
Amanda. Thank you, Autumn. Yeah, that's why I wore it. I like the way it looks, but it's just not.
And I feel like her
Like if I'm moving around
and I feel like her bikini top's gonna give her a hunchback. Like it's pulling so tight on her neck. It's like got her hunched forward.
too much, it's a problem with the girls.
Salute. Hey, no problem. Glad we could get you in here, and you have a wonderful evening. If you do have to hit the sack.
Is there anything else to chat
And one thing I want to say also is Rosie's freckles. They make it look like she's really hairy, just because the way the freckles are.
about? I feel like I've been yapping for like 2.5 hours. Thank you, Bird. My girlfriend is still at work, but she will be so happy to see you went live. Oh, that's awesome. I hope she enjoys the replay.
And then at the end, she also talks about her big donor, Secret Squirrel. And what is up with these beads? The more I look at these beads, the less I like them. Like, they're not even pretty. They just look like dull, like dirt colored, you know? Like, these beads are not even like a nice color. I mean, these ones on the edge here, these like lighter colored ones are okay, but these ones on the left are they just look like mud.
Did y'all hear that?
That's
Did you hear the birds?
That's a Florida bird. I don't even know. I'm not sure what kind of bird that is. We hear those a lot.
Oh, it's on the moon landing. Oh God. Is it real?
Welcome in, Andrea. I think so too.
I don't know. I think there is like.
I think the problem is that she's gonna get like an infection under there, like from all that water is gonna get trapped. If she doesn't, like, you get a hair dryer and like some paper towels and like clean them off when she's done, she's gonna get like a layer of mold.
Valid
the mud
reason to
flaps.
question it, but I think it happened. That's my stance. I think I understand why people fall for the propaganda
It's all right.
that it didn't happen, but I think
That's
it
what
happened.
replays are for. Yeah, let me say that's a good point, Elisa. Let me say that I'm probably coming off very, very like cleavage negative. I like cleavage, I like boobs and all that, but Rosie's are looking nasty. It's not because they're big. It's because they don't have a nice shape.
No, I don't really see alligators in my part of birdies are saying hi, right? Yeah. And I feel like I have to be careful because, like, I feel like I'm susceptible to falling for conspiracy theories, especially when I was younger. Because, like, I was unfortunately a fan of Shane Dawson, so I would watch his like conspiracy videos. I think he's a quack now, but
I think it's pretty funny that Rosee has enough awareness to recognize that she is susceptible to falling for groupthink and conspiracy theories. So respect to her for acknowledging that. But then you got to put that into action and recognize when it's happening.
do you think it happened when they said it happened? I mean, look, I won't put anything past the government. I think there are very few entities that are more evil than the American government. They probably could have lied, but until I see definitive proof otherwise, I'm just gonna vibe and just.
This is okay, but it gets a little repetitive. Her talking about conspiracy theories, so we're gonna fast forward just a little bit. I think the last 10 minutes
Don't mind me.
is when it gets good again.
I said earlier I'm not doing laps today because I need to In the future, I'm gonna wear a different bathing suit top.
She can't do laps because her bathing suit top is too tight, is too loose, is too unsupportive.
Because this was the first one that I grabbed. Nashi, you don't have to worry about deleting. Just hit hidden. It deletes it automatically.
Agreed. I'm glad you like it, Nirvana. I try.
If you hit hidden, it deletes all of them automatically.
Really? So she's gonna so just her going in this pool, she's gonna have to put in more chlorine later. Like she deactivates the chlorine. Andrea, sometimes I feel like I go a little over the top making jokes, and I don't want to be rude either, but you're right. And even if I'm making jokes, it comes from a place of mostly a good place where I don't have hatred. I really would just like to see people get healthy. And if cracking a few jokes is a way to share a little bit of healthy motivation or a little bit of healthy information, if I do it in a way using some humor, then I think it's ultimately a good thing. And like you said here, Rosee is absolutely throwing her life away for what? For snacks? It's not worth it. You know, she could do so much better. Appealing to feeders? What the heck? Appealing to feeders is such a dead end because those feeders don't care about you at all. And they don't even like you. Like they don't, like if you actually talk to them, like they don't seem to really have any love for these women. They just are obsessed with their fetish. And any woman that fits that fetish will do. They don't have any special, even though they'll say they love her, they don't really love her. They just fetishize her. And still, that's not even that's not a good thing.
Yep, now she got him.
Right? Her chin just goes straight down. Hey, as long as you enjoy it. $20 steaks and bags, exactly. Sweet potatoes.
What's my favorite subreddit? I don't think I can say.
That too, Nirvana. I feel like by cracking the jokes and doing the reaction, I think it helps to kind of point out for other people, don't go down this road. And because I know that the people in this chat are pretty sharp. But if anybody's new here, if anybody's not familiar, a big part of why I make all these jokes is I want people to realize this is not the way to go. You're making yourself into a laughing stock when you end up somebody like Rosee or Foodie or Glitter and Lasers. These I don't think any of them is truly happy. And if any of them were, in my opinion, truly happy, I probably wouldn't react to them as much because I would have some more respect for them. Because I wouldn't feel they were hypocritical.
It's kind of shady. I'd have to explain a lot. But
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, there is a lot of creatures.
Oh, okay. That's what you meant. I didn't understand that. So if the bacteria is resistant to the chlorine, she could still get an infection because the chlorine's not able to defeat it. Okay. Well, for her sake, I hope that's not a problem.
That's true.
I mean, I don't actually want anything bad to happen to these. Yeah, let me also point that out too. Even though I make a lot of jokes, even though I don't like Glitter and Lasers, and I make that clear, I don't like Foodie. Rosee, I'm more indifferent toward, at least for now. But I don't want anything like bad to happen to these girls. Even the ones I don't like. It's more just like, whatever. Just I don't actually want any harm to come to them. And I also wanted to mention, by the way, because I don't say this enough, I'm not actually a doctor. It's a joke. It's a running joke. If you think you need a real doctor, please go get one. Rosee? Let me think. I know Rosee had a boyfriend for a few years, and then she had that, quote, stalker who was her actual boyfriend that she, would go and cheat on her boyfriend with. But that was a couple years ago, so I don't think she has anybody at the moment.
Because I'm not trying to start beef with a specific person, and I did not realize
Agreed,
until right
Andrea.
now that I think that's my favorite subreddit, and that's upsetting me a little bit. That's a little petty of me. I need to find a new favorite.
I was wondering, you think when Rosee gets in the pool, like the water splashes out the top, like it overflows?
Bomb parties? What's bomb party?
You have to share with us any good members only updates, please.
Snark. What is that, Nashi?
The ALR is another one who's nasty. She's awful. Feral Bogans. I love that.
Yeah, I'd
That's
have
such an
to look, 'cause
Australian way to
I've
say
joined
it.
some other ones recently. I've been
Feral
expanding
Bogans.
because like I don't know how to find good subreddits. So I've been trying to join some that those ladies that dissolve the bath bombs.
Oh, by the way, ALR, I was thinking QuirkyloveRosee, QLR. QLR versus ALR. We got to make it happen. So one of these days, that I just think that's pretty funny the way the initials worked out.
Cheap costume jewelry. That sounds fun. I'm a Reddit. Do you mean a Reddit noob? Yeah.
Bleeding Heart Dove here with it. Interesting comment says ALR is honestly evil, and I mean that. Gives me the heebie-jeebies that people like her walk among us. ALR seem, I don't know, follow her as much as the other girls, but what I have followed, she comes across as like, I'm trying to think of the right word for it. She comes across as completely fake, like just like very conniving and calculating. Like she's very scheming. She's a schemer.
Yeah, I'm honestly newer to Reddit myself. I just recently is like it's not even been a full year. 6 months ago, like it's been like I've not been a heavy Reddit user for a long time. Is what I'm trying to say. Hey, Crimson.
Not been a heavy Reddit user for a long time. Well, you've been heavy for a long time. That's low hanging fruit. But she seriously, Rosee says she has not been a Reddit user for a long time. But I know she did that interview from like 3 years ago where she said that she was on Reddit a lot. So I don't know what she's talking about with that.
Nico. I hope it gets cleaned soon. My friend turned me on. That sounds like fun. Like a fun thing to watch.
Crustacean infestation. Oh, wow! I know Elizu got gifted a subscription to Rosee a while ago. Or maybe it was Sabin Nation. I know somebody here got one. But it was a while ago. I was in Rosee's chat a few months ago, and I was there for like 5 seconds before her mods started interrogating me. They're like, oh, Docta Fill, aren't you a reactor? Well, you better not react to Rosee. And I was like, well, I might, but if I do, I'll be fair. You know, like I'm not going to make things up.
I thought I smelled something. Hello, Kelly. I should probably hop off. I'm still just like chit-chatting and shit, so I'm Peruni.
This is just an amazing picture right here.
I've been live for I've been live for like 2.5 hours.
They're awful, Andrea. And we're about to get an update on the secret squirrel.
Apparently I had a lot to say.
She's just trying to turn it into a hot tub.
Oh.
Whirlpool.
Florida Beefizzin is her name on TikTok. Nice. Hey, Ramona.
Agreed.
Hey, yeah, I've been live for about 2.5 hours already, so I'm probably about to hop off, so you can definitely catch the replay.
I agree. I think it. I as much as I think the internet has done a lot of good, it's done so much bad as well. I think one of the worst things it's done is it's enabled people who have a lot of issues not for lack of better description. People with a lot of issues, they go on the internet and they find people like feeders and feederism and these kind of communities that enable and accelerate their decline. Like, how many people already are like depressed, and then they go on the internet and they start hanging around other people who are even more depressed, and they start telling them, you know, they push them further down that negative path, and it could really send some people down a dark road.
We chatted about a lot of stuff today.
Yeah. I would be okay with that. I would be okay with that. And I would, if that were the case, I would set my own videos to 18 plus when I was reviewing that content. Because as much as I don't want to have to age restrict my own videos, if Rosee's videos were age restricted, I would happily age restrict mine if that was what was necessary to review the content. I think that's
Please do, Nashi.
That's true.
Thank you, Nicotine.
Good question. Here you are. That's a very good question. In fact, I think I'm going to make that a poll. That's such a good question.
I want to try to do better about like isolating myself and stuff. I completely forgot about something I wanted to update you guys on. I kind of hate doing it at the very end of this live. I might mention it again in a future live. But I'll just say it now because I just remembered. I actually have a really exciting update. I heard from Secret Squirrel, and I received an email, and I'm not going to get too specific about things because Secret Squirrel has shared stuff with me in private, and like I know like Secret Squirrel's government's name, and like I've seen like where she lives because she sent me
so this is, by the way, Secret Squirrel was Rosee's biggest financial supporter. I asked her for a comment a week ago because I saw her in a video. I commented on her video, or I commented on a video about Rosee, and she replied to my comment, something about how she didn't leave Rosee's chat. There was a personal reason. They had a falling out, and I asked her if she could explain any more. She never got back to me. And she had donated hundreds and hundreds of dollars to Rosee over the last couple months. So here's the story about Secret Squirrel, the Rosee's biggest single donor, who some people allege is a feeder. I don't know the full story, but I wouldn't put it past her.
She sent me stuff, so like I know her information. So like there's been like a lot of conspiracy theories about like who Secret Squirrel is and stuff, and all of it's fake, all of it's not true. There people have been like Secret Squirrel is like secretly a hater or whatever, and that's just not the case. Secret Squirrel has stopped talking in chat and has stopped super chatting because of the reaction channels that started like dragging her into everything. She felt very exposed and fearful around that because she's a very private person, and people were trying to dig into her because she was my largest financial supporter. Secret Squirrel hasn't stopped watching. That's what she told me, and but doesn't plan
Good way to put it.
Be a part of it. I did suggest to Secret Squirrel that she could go ahead and make another account, and if she wanted to tell me who it was, I would never tell anyone, and that she never has to super chat me again because I don't care about that. Her support was amazing in that department, but that wasn't the only reason that I was like.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point.
You know, communicating with her like she was part of a community, and she got driven out because people targeted her.
People targeted her. What is this targeting that went on, though? I've never even heard of it.
Being so financially supportive to me. And it's just another example of how these people have meddled in my life and caused not only issues for myself, but other people.
What have they caused, though? I don't want to minimize. If there's really some horrible things that have happened to you, Rosee, then, you know, just why don't you share what they are? If they're that terrible that you don't want to talk about them, I guess that's another story. But I mean, you don't seem to have any problem discussing all the bad things that have happened. So why not share some details instead of leaving it so vague?
So she was never upset with me. She just needed to deal with stuff in her own life that she shared with me that is not.
Oh, wow.
And
do you have the name of the family? I might have heard of them, but I mean, I'd be interested in the name because if I haven't heard of them, I'd like to look them up.
Was afraid of the fallout from.
Yeah, I think so.
I think she
She's
didn't
gotten
say any
heavier.
names, but there's one person who's like a fucking psychopath who I'm pretty sure was the one that was targeting her.
That's what I'm thinking too. When she said that Secret Squirrel is still watching, I'll bet you anything Secret Squirrel is still donating, just not doing it publicly because she doesn't want to get attention for it. But I bet she's probably donating as much as ever.
The most. And I know that Charlie Gold had some crackpot theory about who Secret Squirrel was. That's completely fan fiction and made up. But I just wanted you guys to know.
She can't tell people to get off her neck until she gets off her own neck.
Like, I am going to be deleting mentions of Secret Squirrel, or if people are bringing her up randomly. Because, like, in my post that I made about my ACV broke, and I had to block somebody because they were like, why don't you have Secret Squirrel pay?
Oh, yeah. And she said that her AC broke and it would cost $20,000 to replace. Now, I know an AC can be expensive, but I find that hard to believe that it would be $20,000 to replace an AC. That just seems like a bit much.
AC or something. And I was like, that's really fucking disrespectful and stupid to say. And I just blocked the person because they were
Wheelchair
clearly
Rapunzel.
trolling.
That's a
and so
wild name.
I say all that to say that I have over time gotten a lot of questions like where she is, what happened, whatever. But that's what happened. So it wasn't because of me. It wasn't because of even like the mod situation. But
yeah, I'm thinking that like at the top, like, and that's like the top end. You know what I mean? Like, if they need to replace absolutely everything, and then they buy like a really nice new one, and there's a lot of work, like that's like I mean, it should probably be less, but I mean, at the most, it's going to be that much. No way is it 20 grand.
I think between that, like when she got hidden, between that and then,
okay, well maybe I got to do more research, but I've not heard anything close to 20 grand. 18's pretty. 18's, you know what? Then maybe it is 20 grand, but I just find that I've heard closer to like 7, 8, even 10. But yeah, this house is not that big, the one that Rosee's working with there. But hey, who knows, right?
That bringing in
just
a lot
20
more
grand just
attention in
seems.
the reaction channels.
I'd just be interested to see a copy of the estimate if she says 20 grand, because that still seems really, really high.
Throwing in on her. She's just the type of person that is very she doesn't want that kind of attention. She was just wanting to support me. She wasn't trying to get
Yeah, I'd definitely be interested in checking one of those out. Wheelchair repulsive. Welcome in, Kirsten Gilbert. Hopefully you're having a good night.
extra attention on her for that. So it's really, really fucked up. And like, it is what it is.
So if anyone has not had a chance to vote in the poll yet, we're probably going to be closing it out relatively soon. I'm not going to let it run too late, the poll. So yeah, let me know what you folks think about Rosee. Do you think she'd be better off with or without the internet? Or do you think it wouldn't even matter?
Okay, let me scroll back up. We missed you, Rosee. Thank you, Nicotine. It's therapeutic to vent. That's true. I don't plan on doing a live cooking tonight. Maybe soon though.
Right? She did say she's getting a window unit too.
People should just mind their business. That's so sad and annoying. Yeah. I miss you, Secret Squirrel. Hope all is well. Me too.
Oh, Secret Squirrel, you think so? Maybe. Maybe. I will say there are a lot of female feeders though, to be fair. But who's to say? Who's to say? That'd be interesting if it were. But it could also just be a female who's very interested in Rosee in a very intimate way, perhaps.
Yeah, she got me that cup.
Right?
Like, for a while, I was like, I wasn't even sure if I should keep using the cup because, like, I felt like that was a reminder to people when I wasn't sure of what happened. Now that I know what happened, like, of course I'm gonna keep using it.
I'm gonna look at it. Is that the one who was taking advantage of her family on YouTube? Because I'm not familiar with all these names, unfortunately. I guess fortunately, I don't know all these names. I'm kind of lucky I don't, right?
But Tiger, that's really funny. Please don't.
I think it's partially the lighting, but her lips are very pale. I mean, I think it is partially the lighting, but They are a little blue.
But that's funny.
I'm surprised her fingers don't turn blue with that super tight bracelet and ring.
I don't want to bring more attention to it that way, but that's funny. So all I know is Secret Squirrel.
I think
has
so.
been an incredible supporter of mine,
But not.
And,
I know she wants to quit.
I will always appreciate her and everything that she's done for me, and I'm really I just miss her being part of my community. So I miss that.
I love that. I will admit I love a good conspiracy theory. So maybe.
I do miss that more than the super chats, whether people believe that or not. I don't really care. I really do. And the fact that that was people's motivation to just attack. Like,
I like that. I like that theory. From Here You Are. I'm gonna read that aloud. Here You Are says, in response to the poll about Rosee in the internet, says, I imagine without the internet, Rosee would probably have a job at some mediocre retailer like Target, someplace like that. Probably would have 2 real-life friends and might even go to the movies. I like where you're going with that. I think that Rosee would probably be a little better off. I think that she might have some friends. I think that she'd probably eat a little bit better. I think she'd probably have a slightly more fulfilling career. I don't see any downside, that's for sure. I think her life would not be any worse. Hobson was the one doing it. PG is Secret Squirrel, you think?
Anonymous person is insane.
Who is PG again? I feel like an idiot. I think we just said a minute ago, but. Did she just mute herself? Yeah, she just muted herself for like a quarter second. This is almost over anyway, though. Let me see. Let me pull up my next video while this is ending. All right, that's basically the end of this one here. I don't think there's anything left on this one, but hey, welcome in, Rudy. Okay, I have some really great Glitter and Lasers videos. I think we're going to start off with some videos of her eating. Let me start off with a video. Yeah, videos of her eating. Because she always says that she never really eats, right? She says that how do we know what she eats, right? We don't really know. Who's to say? And for anybody who's not aware, here is Glitter and Lasers before and after pictures. First, second, third, and fourth surgery. Just to put that into perspective for anybody not aware. Here we go, my favorite. That one never gets old. In fact, I should put that one near the top of the list. Oops. Okay. Oh, and this one here I got from a channel called Snail Reacts, I think. A Slug Reacts. I got this one. They just kind of edit. They don't really do reaction so much. But yeah, let's put it down. Okay. Glitter and Lasers doing everything right.
And now we whine.
Voodoo donuts, and I'm gonna have I think it's called a Longhorn cream, which is maple.
That's a fair point too. Hannah. Hannah mentions, I'm conflicted, frankly. It seems like Rosee wasn't doing well during her break, and she could use some serious help figuring out how to live without the internet. Well, she's lived with it so long now that taking it away now could be more harm than letting her stay with it. But if she never had it, she wouldn't have to deal with it being taken away. So I guess we have to consider from which perspective, right? Yes, she was raging muted. Okay, so let me end the poll while I'm doing this.
Glazed and cream in the center.
I want to get a picture of these.
Glazed
That's my
creamy
dad.
donut.
Yeah. What's my dad? Oh my gosh, it's so good. I love this place. Now onto donut glory for the rest of the day. I'm gonna basically be in a donut coma, but I'm okay with that because sometimes you need to have a coma.
Look how much smaller she was here too. Like she looks so, like you could barely recognize her compared to now. And look how much better her skin was. Or it could just be the lighting, but her skin looks much better, at least in this from this angle.
Induced by sugar, especially when it tastes this good.
Look, I'm a wall.
Yeah, even her skin was better, or at least her makeup was better. But she was definitely a lot smaller back then.
Oh, they're like cheese balls. So
Okay, so this here is from a video called Snacking All Over the World Munch Pack Unboxing. I want to preface this by saying, one, I love to snack. I think snacking is it's good and it's bad all at once. I love it and I hate it. But I think there's a time and a place for it. I think that it's the kind of thing that can be taken and from something that's fun and nice and turned into something very unhealthy and very addictive, very trying to think of the right word for it, very self-destructive. And I think that glitter, well, I think it speaks for itself what we could say this is.
I'm probably gonna love them. They're like that texture. These have the same texture as the other thing, but like in little square poofs. Give that a go.
That's an old one. It's an old one.
I'm not as big on like cola flavors, so I figured I'd get that one out of the way. I love that they're individually wrapped. Next, we have a happy hippo.
Okay, so these actual individual snacks, some of these look good. But I just want to say though, and no shame to anybody if you enjoy doing this, but it just seems a little bit odd to me how, is this just for the camera? But she seems really into this. Like she's singing to the food. She's all but romancing it almost.
I love these. I just eat these in the UK all the time. So you like bite them and they've got like little crunchies all around the bottom. And they're actually like a little hippo as it puts crap all over my
That's cute.
floor. Take a little bite. The inside is creamy. This one's singing. I'm singing a song about my imminent death in your mouth.
This is the kind of thing where if she weren't so clearly struggling, if she weren't so clearly miserable, if she weren't so in denial and hypocritical about what she's done to her body and her health, this could be a lot funnier, right? Like making jokes about eating, it doesn't have to be grim. It's supposed to be funny, but the context makes it sad. It makes it depressing. It feels like she has nobody to enjoy this with. So she's just kind of singing to the food by herself.
Dead. I feel like I wanted to eat it like a creeper, like, yeah,
You know what, Fallen Angel, I can respect that. I'll say I don't sing to the food. But if you're sorry, let me rephrase that. If you're singing to the food out of fun, all right, I guess it's not so bad. But there's a difference though if you're singing to it more out of desperation is what I think is going on here. And maybe I'm talking out of both sides of my mouth. I hope I'm not. But I feel like I feel like she's lonely. I feel like the food is her friend. It's not just that she loves the taste. I feel like it's her companion almost. Like this is her friend.
And it's flavored like pizza. How could I not like this? Please don't be terrible. Oh, rescue me. This is good. This is really cool stickle circle. Whoa. Okay. These are good. They're really good.
That's the thing, Galizu. It's not that she's, I really like this snack. Oh, I'm going to enjoy it. It's that the sheer, also the volume and the amount. If she sang a little song and ate a candy bar, it would be cute. But she's singing 20 songs and eating 20 candy bars. It becomes an addiction. It becomes self-destructive. It goes from being a fun little treat to self-destruction. I'm not sure where exactly it shifts, but glitter is well past the point of a fun treat and well into the point of self-destruction.
This would be good in a drink, like a milkshake.
and they like spoon it out with the stick, I'd be down with that. Oh, it's super good.
Is that a beer? What is that? Cream soda, I think it says on there.
Oh, it's super good.
Yeah, cream soda. Okay, well, nothing wrong with the one bottle of cream soda, but Glitter is eating this entire box all at once. This box has got to be 3,000 to 4,000 calories. It's just huge.
When I go to Olive Garden, I could have a pizza stuffed with pasta that I can then dip my breadstick in.
Now, I'll admit that it looks tasty, but the breadstick with the bread bowl, with the sauce, that's just so many carbs. I mean, if that's all you're having and you have maybe a little bit of like a little burger or something on the side, a slice of fish or something, maybe it wouldn't be too bad. But I've got a feeling that Glitter's going to have pizza or something after this. I've had these pretzel crisps. I did not like them. I just did not think they tasted good. I had these. I didn't have this flavor, but I had some other flavor. I think it was garlic or something. I did not like them. They were very salty, I remember.
This is what they look like.
Those Doritos Puffs are okay. They're not that good though.
Oh, please let there be chocolate in the box.
Yeah, I agree. That's a bit of a. It's a bit of a bit. You kind of lose the enjoyment. You can't really taste it. I like to just have plain water when I have a sweet drink, a sweet dessert.
Chocolate rocks my socks. But okay, I'm gonna eat these anyway. Paprika, they're like crackers. What's left in the snack box for me to try? I got my chocolate. It caught my eye.
This is just so much. It's just too much at once. And also, like we all pointed out, Glitter is somebody who clearly struggles with her eating, with her drinking, with her weight, to the point where it's killing her. It's absolutely killing her. I know YouTube wants me to not use certain words, but I'll say it. She's killing herself very slowly with all these, with just endless overeating. So it's hard to laugh with her when it's so clearly destroying her.
Gonna open the package and shove it in here.
It's like watching, like Elizu said, it's like watching somebody laugh as they inject themselves. It's very.
Cause that's what I do when I try this.
This is late stage addict.
Thank you for some chocolate. Thank you.
So I'm like really terrible at chopsticks, and I'm gonna try to be authentic when I try this. Sorry, I can't get a noodle.
So you got this. This looks like a. I'm trying to think the word for it. I think they call this like not a hot pot. They call this. Do they call this a donburi? I forgot what they call this, but anyway, it looks like one of those Japanese soup bowls with the ramen soup. It looks delicious, but it looks like a lot. That looks like an easily enough. Definitely, well, maybe not definitely enough for two people, but very big portion for one person.
There I go. I'm gonna get it. Hold on, I'm gonna get that.
Udon. Yeah, I think you're right. I think they do call it udon.
Need some noodles.
Really good.
Okay, so you're at the Dole Plantation, and I got this delicious Dole float.
Yeah, I would say I'll agree with that too, Elizu. The snacks were not that impressive. I mean, some of them were okay, but they weren't anything that I would go out of my way to buy. You know, it's just stuff you can get at the local gas station, basically.
I learned something today that you can get one, and then you get two. So this is for my friend Jasmine.
No, I agree.
You get number 3 for free. So we are.
One thing Glitter is great at, and I respect her at, and I'm not, no shade, no sarcasm. She is great at working the social media and the algorithm. She understands that stuff at a very, very fundamental level. So I can respect that. But other than that, I don't know. I have no clue.
2 people and 3 floats, which means, according to the universe, I'm having the best day ever.
I think she might cook like some. She cooked those horrible kebabs. Remember those?
Okay. I honestly have no clue what flavor that is. It smells like chocolate. Okay, I can do this. It looks like a fruit gummy, so I'm gonna try that. You're good.
I'm not worried. We don't have time for all these. Let me fast forward to one of the ones that I think really speaks a lot to Anna.
So I got this wine at
And
Advent
you can see up here in the corner. It says, "I drank an entire wine advent calendar in one night. Here's my drunk review."
calendar from Winebox or Vinebox, and it's 12 days of liquor fun.
12 of these, I guess, flasks of wine, you'd call them.
This is Istola La Mancha something Verdejo. It's whatever this is.
Oh, and if anybody, would rather not watch the drinking, I understand, but that's just pointing it out. That's probably going to be ending it with also this last segment. So anyway, I'm not sure how much wine each of these flasks holds, but it's got to be at least 2 glasses.
Really delicious. I'm going to save this tube because I would order this as like an everyday white I would drink.
An everyday white. I love the terminology. She calls it an everyday white. It's drinking every day is not the best choice, but if you only have a glass of wine or whatever, it's not a big deal, right? But I don't see Anna drinking only 1 glass of wine. I don't see her drinking 1 glass. Anna seems like she's somebody who drinks bottles at a time. So for her to have an everyday wine, how much of that wine is she really drinking every day? Like probably a lot.
See, that's like, I'm just like dripping for drops right now.
I think so too.
Dripping for drops. So I got to move on to round 2, which is, oh, we've got a red. Okay, so this one is also awesome. It's a lighter red. I feel like these are definitely like real pours. They're not Anna pours because Anna pours would be like up to here. So I might make it to
This is back when Anna was a little more honest about how she drank. And she actually would drink on camera a little bit.
Glass 9 before I'm totally cuckoo. So we are now on to glass number 3, which is another taste of France. And this is Chateau Le Palais. So I guess, like, I don't know anything about wine, guys. I know nothing. I know how to pour it in a glass. That is it. So thoughts on this
Good for
one?
you, Anna.
I like it.
We got a few people here who've really turned it around in positive ways, and I think that's an awesome thing that you've done there. I respect to you, and I'm sure you can keep it up. Yeah, hearts in the chat. Let's get some hearts in the chat here for Hannah, and also Alizu and anybody else who's managed to overcome any kind of drinking or any substance use that they wanted to get rid of or to stop, to cease. My words are falling apart. It's been 2 hours though. Yeah, congratulations to everybody here who's Hannah and anyone else who's really done something positive like that.
But I don't like it as much as the first 2. But I'm still going to drink it because at the end of the day, I just like wine. Like a champion. Now I'm going to do number 4.
This is a good amount of drinking. I used to drink pretty heavily myself. And I mean, each of those flasks has got to be the equivalent of 2 cups at least, probably a little more. But let's say they're 2 cups each. That means that's the equivalent of 24 cups of wine, 24 glasses of wine. That's a lot of wine. That's like 6 bottles? That's a lot of freaking wine.
I've come to conclude that wine number 4 I don't really like that much, but I'm forcing myself to drink it because I'm committed to this
That's
project.
a very good point.
Only a third of the way through, but I can feel the effects. Life is about to get a little bit weird.
I mean, I'm not sure, but it looks like it. I mean, she didn't say exactly how big each of those flasks is, but they look like they have at least 2 cups in there to me.
Now it's time for glass number 5. The number 5.
That's what I'm thinking too. That it's probably 2 cups each.
From Italy, Sicily, and it's in Zolia Cartarato. And it's a canteen.
That makes the most sense, right? That it would be for enough for 2 people to each have 1 glass. That's what the assumption would be.
Grasso. Terre Siciliano. What? Here's a weird thing. I drink a lot of wine. And why have I not heard of any of these wines? Wine number 5 is freaking delicious. I finished glass number 5. Now to number 6. Whoa, that made like a noise. Did you guys hear it? It was like I unsheathed a sword. And this sword is from Italy. It's a taste of Piedmont. We're officially halfway through the box.
I totally understand that. Like I really don't care for the taste of there's few types of alcohol that I really had way too much of over the years that I really can't stand. So I can understand that.
Good, because I ordered some food. Like, oh, you have a couple drinks and this stuff tastes like magic. Ow.
As much as I'm making fun of Glitter here, she is at least comes across as somewhat authentic in this video. Compared to how she is now, this is still better. Like her in this video, even getting drunk, at least this feels like her being authentic. Like I could totally see her getting drunk and eating this junk food. Now she just comes across as completely fake. Like completely fake and delusional. Back when she did this video, at least she may not have been a role model, but at least she was somebody who came across as believable.
I'm primed and ready to drink delicious wine number 7, which is Chateau Le Palais. So now I'm on to glass number 8.
I mean, maybe I was overestimating with 6, but that's got to be at least 3 or 4 bottles.
8. Is this 8? 8 is a white wine. Vouvray. Appellation Vouvray Contrôlé. Number 8, with another name I cannot pronounce, is delicious. So I'm going to do the smart and mature thing, which is just say, you know what? I had fun. Just want to take a nap. Sleep always makes things better. It's just the way it is. And so I'm not going to, for the sake of a video, I'm not going to endure feeling like this anymore. So Amber and I are having our first.
All right, I think with that, we're going to wind it down. I think we had some fun tonight. We managed to cover all 3 of the gorals, including Foodie's latest cat abduction. So just to give everybody a, thank you, Eliza. 750 milliliters in a bottle of wine. So if each of those had 250 milliliters, which is my estimate, then 3 of them would be 1 bottle. So that would be about right. There's nothing wrong with having a drink on occasion. Nothing wrong with having some snacks on occasion. I don't want to be a party pooper, right? People should have fun and enjoy themselves, but it's important to be responsible, and you gotta know what's best for yourself, right? Don't be self-destructive. That's the important thing. We have to be responsible adults and be responsible enough to know what's bad for us, right? You were kidding on that, Save a Nation? How was I supposed? All right. But seriously, you folks have been fantastic. I've had a great night tonight. Let me put on some music and send you off. Good night, everybody. Bye-bye. Good night. Night, Nutty. Night, Hippie. Glad you enjoyed the show. Night, Nirvana. Bleeding Heart Dub. Good night to you. Good night, Eliza. You're always fun. Good night, Andrea. Thank you for coming in. Night, you beautiful people. Good night, Anna. Bye, here you are. Yes, everyone, please be sure to like and subscribe. Want to see more of this content. Good night, Nutty. Good night, Sabin Nation. Good night, Tucker and friends. Thank you so much. And good night to anybody lurking, anybody I've missed, anybody watching the replays. I will see you all around.